Hey, good morning. This is Vince Prezioso, CEO and co-founder of townmembers.com, where your time is your currency. How are you today? I wanted to talk to you today about the morning routine, which we spoke about. It was actually early last week, and had a couple of questions about the routine. I know there were a lot of steps, so some of the concerns were about the tasks. So, being that there were a lot of tasks, the message is definitely not to get stressed out about tasks. The purpose of the routine is really to start the day powerfully. So if the tasks are too overwhelming, then some adjustments need to be made. I wanted to talk about that. First, I wanted to talk about, which is interesting, is time concerns. So a friend of mine had asked me a question. She has 3 kids, and she works, and she's a single mom. So I know that could be really that could be really challenging. So for her, what I want to say is, instead of not doing it, or saying, it's too much time, or not enough, they don't have enough time, really look at what can work instead of what can't work. So for example, you have a few steps in the beginning. Okay, wake up. Okay, thank God. So that's 3 seconds, right? Smile. Okay, smile. It releases. See, it just automatically releases endorphins to the brain, and it makes me feel happy. So that's a good thing. Push-ups, pull-ups, sit-ups. Let's say you don't even do that. Okay, wake up, thank God, smile. I have a bottle of purified water by my bed, so I drink that right away. Take some supplements. That's probably another 10 seconds. Now we're up to what, maybe 15 seconds. Okay, get dressed. I have my gym clothes ready. So now what we'll do is put those on, another couple of minutes, okay, and then go outside. So this is really this is that critical point. That's a walk I do around my block. The idea is to get the body moving and get the mind in the right position for the day. So 3 minutes of gratitude, 3 minutes of the grand vision, okay, for my life, and then 3 minutes of the vision for the day. But this is also so keep in mind, now we're about, so 3 minutes, 3 minutes, 3 minutes, plus maybe another 5. So now this whole thing is about 15 minutes. So taking a step back, the routine as a whole, I know with to go into the gym, meditating, reading, journaling, I mean, there's a lot of steps, a lot of work to do in the morning. A lot of people don't have time for that, and I have to adjust my schedule too. Sometimes, my schedule changes, and I don't have time to do every single step. Different times of the year get busy, times are slower, so I totally understand. So I wanted to really make sure to address this. So now we're at about 15 minutes. Okay, we've woken up, we thank God, we smiled, we drank water, hydrated our body, our brain, got dressed, went outside, gratitude, grand vision, and vision. Okay, so now this is actually the most important part, because something to really be present to is our internal dialogue. And what I mean by internal dialogue is, my experience, waking up every day, I mean, the brain is on full attack. I mean, here it comes. What has to get done? What's not working? The stress, the negativity. Oh my God, I have to do this, and what's happening next month, and what's happening next year, and what happened 20 years ago, and all this garbage, really. It's the brain is just kind of being the brain. I mean, our brains are designed to keep us safe. So worry is actually an instinct just to keep us out of trouble. But the problem is that worry can take over our lives and inhibit us from making progress in other areas. So the point of getting up and getting on a track, getting moving, and getting outside and moving the body and getting into that phase, that state of gratitude and vision, is to basically, the way I see it is saying, you know what, brain, no, I run the show. I run the show, not you. Like, I run the show. I'm taking over. I'm not going to sit here and allow you to come in and give me all this negativity and try to push me around and stress me out. And it's really important to be present to that. So for example, if you sat down quietly just for, a couple of minutes and just listen. I mean, it's like, it is just, it can be crazy, and it can really, really just be inhibiting. In terms of life and taking chances and feeling fulfilled and experiencing joy, being present to that internal dialogue. So this gives you a chance to really get up and just beat that to the punch, and then take yourself back and be in control. say, you know what? No, it's not about stress. It's not about worry. It's about my family. I'm grateful. My job. I'm grateful. I have a roof. I have my health. I have food in my fridge. I'm grateful. Okay, now I'm going to see my vision. I see long term. I see my family spending amazing, great times with my family. I see travel. I see massive success. I see wealth. I see connection. I see service to humanity. Okay, now the day. Okay, I see great meetings today. I see this meeting turning out very successful. I see connection with people. I see a great event I'm going to. I see making new friends. So getting in the mindset of what I intend to create, what I'm grateful for, all of a sudden I've just disarmed that negativity. And that's really the critical point of the routine. That's really the purpose of the routine, is to get in the right state. I mean, the purpose of the routine is not to do tasks. It's not about, okay, I have to do these tasks. I mean, for me personally, the process of getting on a track is very helpful. I like to get up and be on this track because it gets my mind in a phase of action, structured action, which is really important for me because I'm getting up and I have town members to run. I have real estate to handle. I have my movie that is in the process of being produced. So I have different projects that I have to manage. I don't have somebody on me. So I really have to, for me, it's important to really be in a, in a positive state of mind and a proactive and a creative state of mind, not a reactive state of mind. It's just as important for you because your dreams and your vision is just as important to you. It should be. I mean, that should be number one. It shouldn't be the phone. It shouldn't be politics. It shouldn't be war. It shouldn't be all the other stuff on TV. That stuff's just going to bring you down. So once again, beating that internal dialogue to the punch, getting in a state of gratitude, appreciation, acknowledging your own vision, and letting that run your day, not the madness, basically. So 15 minutes and you're already in a new state of mind. Okay, you woke up, you didn't look at your phone, you didn't put on the news, you didn't read the paper, you thanked God, you smiled, you drank some purified water, hydrated your body, hydrated your mind, threw on your clothes, you went outside, did some breathing. I spoke about that's a Tony Robbins technique with the hour power, the 4 breaths in, 4 breaths out, focus on gratitude, focus on the grand vision, focus on the vision for the day, come back in the house. Now maybe it's time to, handle the kids, walk the dog, whatever else has to, or you can take the dog with you when you go outside. I mean, I love dogs. So if I had a dog, he'd be hanging out with me all the time. So just wanted to make that point. So the point is to get in the right state, start the day powerfully, not stressed out over how am I going to get all this done. And then if you want to add stuff, that's great. If you want to meditate, if you want to read, journaling. Journaling is great. I remember reading a book called The Artist's Way. Julia Cameron talks about morning pages. In the morning you get up and you write. You write 3 pages, stream of consciousness, and I've always found that that's kind of like a writing meditation, or with a regular meditation, there's insight that comes from the soul because it's a different perspective when it's just a stream of consciousness. Things come up just like meditation. Things just come up, answers to questions, answers to problems, which is really helpful. So adding any of those in after the movement, the gratitude is definitely great if you have time, and if you can't, you already did the first few steps. Your 15 minutes. You took that 15 minutes. And you're off to a good start, and that will transform your day, and days transformed over the course of time will transform your life. So I think that's really important. One thing I also forgot to add in, which my mom actually reached out and said to me, "Oh, you didn't mention breakfast." Well, I didn't mention breakfast, but breakfast is after everything is done, the final step, a high protein breakfast to get this thing, functioning and focused, the brain, which is really, really important. It's really been important for me, as I mentioned, especially the studies I've done on the ADD brain, which something I manage consistently, is protein is super important. I know that having a high protein breakfast is something that really helps get me focused. And if I have, just carbs or, just fruit, I lose it late in the morning. I get foggy. And if I have coffee in the morning, putting caffeine in my body early on, I mean, that's just a recipe for not feeling good the rest of the day. After that initial high is over, then I mean the crash is really doesn't work well for me. So anyway, wanted to circle back and address a couple of questions about the routine and the time concerns, and a couple of things that may have been concerns which I had questions about. I wanted to address that, and wanted to also now wish you well, wish you a very powerful day. Go get them. Come on, let's do it. This is Vince Prezioso, CEO, co-founder of townmembers.com, where your time is your currency. Enjoy your day. Make things happen. Feel great, and be in gratitude and appreciation. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.